Hello everybody! Today we are going to be taking a look at the Legion edition of the most useful and best items to have in World of Warcraft. So I have done videos before for this. It's basically gonna cover toys, teleportation items and similar. First of all, I want to show just a neat little trick. You see this bar down here? This is how I hide all the items that I have on my interface so it doesn't get cluttered. I like to just make these small little bars and make them hidden with bartender add-on, just so it doesn't get cluttered, but you can always reach them really fast without having to go into the collections tab and then finding the toy. If you wanted to say the, I don't know, the Skyhorn or something like that, it would take way too long. So I always, on every character that I have this little bar here with all the items just hidden away. Because it's just very annoying with all the little items cluttering the interface. So let's take a look at the first couple of items. I want to start off the engineering, the profession, just because that is kind of specific, so want to get that out of the way at the start of the video. There are a lot of teleportation items for both GNOME and the other engineering that I don't have on this character specifically, but it's basically just a few couple of teleportation items. So it can be stuff like teleporting to Northrend or Pandaria and so forth. But if you're not in engineering, it's probably not very interesting, this part. But I just want to mention that you should probably buy these or at least try to craft them on your engineering, especially if you have a main that is engineering, and just kind of have them on your interface bars, because it's pretty useful to be able to teleport around in specific zones if you're doing old content and you have the profession. But with that, let's move on to the little more normal items. So I really tried hard to make this list because I am kind of geek on these useful items. I just want to know that I haven't missed out on anything. As I'm doing this video, more items can probably be added in Legion and so forth, but for now in 7.2 with flying available in Legion, this is what I'm still using for now. The Rockfeather Skyhorn has been an amazing thing, but you can replace it just with Goblin Glider that you can craft or buy on the auction house, so it's a moot point, but it saves a bit of gold. The Whispers of Rai'vosh, now this is Warlords of Draenor content and killed just a rare, and it's 100% drop rate, so an easy toy to get. But it still works in Legion, and that is the very good thing about it, because a lot of Legion only items that I talked about before in recent videos, they do not work in Legion and so forth, so they have been nerfed. But this one slipped under the radar, and this is the only way that I can get slow fall on a character that doesn't have slow fall by itself, such as a mage. So I have actually been using this a lot in Legion. And then of course we use the Broadfist Idol together with Emerald Winds. Everyone knows about these two, but they're just so good for traveling. Now with flying they have become less important, but there is still a lot of people out there grinding flying, so they are still good to get, and you can of course get both of them very easy in Legion content, just look it up. And then the last one here for traveling, I suppose you could say, is the X-52 Rocket Helm, and I can just quickly showcase this one now. Now, this one is a bit messy to get because it's in Nether Storm, in Burning Crusade, and you have to do like quest line, whatever. But if you've already done the quest line in the past, you can just go to an NPC and talk to him, and you would get it anyways. But we can just quickly pop it. Yeah, of course this is fun, but like you take a lot of damage and 5 hours of cooldown. I mean, it's very specific use. I have used it before, but I can't really say that it's too good to use. But it's still a fun little item to get. But with that, let's move on to the Devil's Hour Lunchbox, or as I would call it, the Swoom of Legion. Back in Burning Crusade there was an item that gave you food when you clicked on it, the Underling Spore or something like that. That was kind of the trend where you got a new item every expansion that creates a food or replenish your health in some way. Now I think this one only works in Legion, so if you're doing old content mostly where you needed to replenish mana or something, it's not gonna be that useful. But yeah, that's pretty much the only items and toys that I actually use every day, or at least for the most part of the day. And yeah, it's not a whole lot, but of course if you're also engineering, it does get a little more meaty. Okay, with a bit more basic items out of the way, let's move on to some more main character stuff. The first item I really want to highlight is the Ardent Scryer. So if you grinded out the rep, you can get a portable mailbox, a bank, or even just a vendor. It has a 4-hour cooldown, so currently it's on cooldown for me, but you will have this option to open dialogues where you can either get access to the bank, vendor, and so forth. Mostly I just use it to access the bank, because when I've been out grinding, gotten a few bloods of Sargeras, some materials, whatever, I can just pop all the materials quickly into the bank without having to go to the capital bank. Saves a bit of time, and just being able to access a mailbox at any time is always useful. But yeah, it does require some reps, so if you haven't got that out on your main character, you can't really use it, but consider getting it, because it's probably the most used item that I have besides the toy items that I showed off earlier. But yeah, I think we should also quickly mention just some more fun items such as Braces of Awakening, which you can loot quickly in Warlords of Draenor in the Tanaan jungle. Kind of a fun little item that you can probably save the day with, or at least save a bit of time with. It's minor, but it's still quite fun. And then lastly I want to highlight, I think I can actually just go over to this little spring here. Yeah, it's fine. Having access to all your items in a bar like this, being able to click on them really fast is obviously useful for stuff like, falling to your death and being able to really click the Broadfist idol really fast. But I mostly want to highlight the Underlight Ankle here, now that flying is available in Deedian. Being able to just click this one fast so you can easily access the, yeah, now it's not quite deep enough here, but yeah, the Underlight Ankle is a good item to have on your bars, because when you drop into water you want to be able to just equip it really fast without any weight. That's kind of the whole point of having a bar like this, but I really just want to highlight it again, especially for having the artifact fishing rod, which turns you into a fast moving whale or whatever, and a shark, and then yeah, it's just very good for traveling in the water. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the main stuff. I also keep stuff like revived battle pets on this bar, but yeah, it's kind of minor things. Okay, so let's talk a bit about summon items here really fast at the end. You can see up down here at the left side here or whatever, I have a lot of summons, so I keep the Delaran Hearthstone, the Hearthstone, the Garrison Hearthstone, the Flightmaster's Whistle, the Baradin's Warden's Tabard, and the 2-hour cooldown teleportation cloak to capitals such as Stormwind. Yeah, there's also a 4-hour and I believe even an 8-hour, depending on what rep you gained with your guild. But the Baradin's Warden's Tabard, it seems like a bit of a weird. Why would you want to teleport to that place? You spawn right outside the area, so it's actually really, really good. Can't even remember. Yeah, Baradin's Hold. There you go. Basically, when you pop your teleport, you're spawned like here or something, and the teleportation cloak or the teleport to Stormwind, the portal is right there, so it's actually faster to get to the portals that you need to go with the Baradins compared to teleporting to Stormwind. So I really can't live without this one. And also a 4-hour cooldown is very good, just like the Cloak of Coordination. It's only 2. But yeah, should also mention really fast, and I can probably just leave that in the description below, that I use a few markers for this one, just so I can use the cloak even faster and equip my old cloak and whatnot. There's a lot of little nerdy things about that marker there, but I kind of like it. Yeah, and the same thing for the Baradin's Wardens, which I can leave in the description below as well. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it. And again, just recapping, get all your toys that you really like on a small little bar, make them hidden so it's not cluttered, whatever. Consider all the teleportation items that you can have or you want to use. especially stuff like getting to Stormwind or Orgrimmar really fast. That is always handy because, you know, Orgrimmar and Stormwind has all the portals to Uldum, Hyjal, and so forth. But yeah, before this video gets too long, I want to end with that. And as always, if you have any suggestions, you know, have I missed out on an item? Do you use something that I might not have talked about in this video? I would love to know, because I really just can't, you know, I want to know that I have the best items in my own gameplay when I'm playing the game. So yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching and have a good one.